Good morning. Today is Monday, the 28th day of Iyar. And we continue today in the chapter 52, second to the last chapter of the Tanya, of the first part of Tanya, Likutei Amarim. And we're talking in today's class about the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the Holy of Holies. What is the Holy of Holies? You know, there was a place in the temple, in the Holy Temple, and that place where it was the Ark, the Aron HaKodesh, the Holy Ark, the tablets that God gave to Moses. And in this place was the Holy of Holies where no one was allowed to enter, except the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, once a year on the day of Yom Kippur. And here we're talking about what is the Holy of Holies, what is the function of Holy of Holies, and what does it mean to us? How is it connected with us? And the Alter Rebbe explains the Holy of Holies is a place that is the connection of God to this world. And in fact, from this place, godliness was spread throughout the world. But the idea of the Holy of Holies also has, in every level, has the Holy of Holies. Now this goes back to what we discussed yesterday about we have the three levels of God's revelation into this world. We have the essence of God, which is equally in all the worlds. Then we have the Shechinah. The Shechinah is the hub, so to speak, that brings it is the revelation of godliness, the beginning of the revelation of godliness into this world. But it is a revelation in potential. It's not divided into different parts of the world. It's not point and the Shechinah different. You cannot attribute to it any type of limitations or any character, whether it's intellectual or emotional. It's above it. But yet, the Shechinah has the potential to revelation. And then you have, in the third level, you have the way it's in every single level. And the example that is used is a human condition. The soul itself is above separation. Then the soul, the way it's in the brain, it has a disposition to revelation, to the different functions of the body. And then you have the way the soul functions literally in every organ of the body. So the brain is the place where you have the revelation of the soul. The beginning of the revelation comes to the brain. And this is the Kodesh HaKadoshim. This is the Holy of Holies of each and every level. So the Alter Rebbe continues now to explain that this Kodesh HaKadoshim, the Holy of Holies, is revealed. And in order for this to be revealed and not to be completely nullified in its in the greatness of God, you need something to conceal the intensity of the light, and that is you need a garment. What is the garment? We explained yesterday. On the one hand, the garment needs to be something that is higher than the Shechinah itself, because otherwise the garment itself will be nullified in its existence. So it needs to be higher. And yet the garment takes the tremendous, powerful light and brings it down. The garment is the Torah. The Torah has two sides to it. On the one hand, the Torah is one thing with Hashem. It is the wisdom of God. God with his wisdom is one thing. And then the Torah has, on the other hand, God placed it in a way that it goes down from level to level until it was clothed in material things. So when we read the Torah, we read about material things. But in these material things, there lies the wisdom of Hashem himself. And the Torah, the way we read the Torah here, in the same words, you'll read in the higher worlds, has different meanings, deeper meanings. That's why they have the different aspects of the Torah. They have deeper and deeper meanings. So let's see inside what the Alter Rebbe says today. Says the Alter Rebbe, Ubi Yeridasa, when this, the wisdom of Hashem, goes down, Beishtalshalus, me'olam le'olam, when it goes down from one world to another, Gam Shechinah yoda v'nislapsha ba b'chol olam ve'olam. The Shechinah too, the divine presence, came down and clothed itself in each world. V'zeu heichal kodshei kadoshim shebekol olam ve'olam. Now this is the heichal. This wisdom, this is the shrine. It's called the shrine of the Holy of Holies. That is in each and every word. Meaning the Shechinah resides within the Holy of Holies of each world. It says, this being the divine intelligence enclosed in the Torah of each particular world. Because the Torah, the way it is revealed in each world, reveals a different aspects of the Torah. And it brings from the Zohar, K'moshe Kosuv v'Zohar ve'Etz Chaim, as it is stated in the Zohar and in Eitz Chaim, Shechinah, shehi malchus de Atzilus, sheibchinas gilui oir ein soif baruchu v'chayus shemeir le'olamais, v'lachein nikras dvar Hashem v'ruach piv kaviyach. It says that the Shechinah, which is the malchus of Atzilus. What is malchus of Atzilus? The lowest level of Atzilus. Malchus is the kingdom. Why is it called Malchus? Just like the king rules. And how does the king rule? Through his speech. The same thing, the human being, how does he reveal himself to others? Is through his speech. So the speech, the mouth, is what creates the next world. So the Shechinah is a Malchus of Atzilus. Being the manifestation of the light and vitality of the blessed Ein Sof, which illuminates the world. Wherefore, meaning since it is a revelation, it is called God's speech. Because speech is the concept of revealing. And the breath of his mouth, as it were. For the purpose of speech is to reveal that which was concealed in thoughts. Al-Derech Marshall brings an example just by humans, as in the case of a person, just like a person, for example, speech reveals to the hearers the speaker's concealed and hidden thoughts. So this is mislabeshes beheichal kodshei kadoshim de bria. Now this Malchus de Atzilus clothes itself in the shrine of the Holy of Holies of Beria. So we have the Holy of Holies of Atzilus, then we have the Holy of Holies of Beria. What is the Holy of Holies of Beria? She Chachma Bina Das de Beria. Namely, the Chachma Bina and Das of Beria. As we said before, the Shechinah is the wisdom, the understanding. This is the Shechinah. This is where the Shechinah rests. Ubeislapshuson bemalchus de bria, Nivro hanashamas v'amalochem shebebriya. And through the fact that the latter Sephiros clothed themselves in Malchus of Bria, which is the lower level of Bria, which is the idea of revelation from Bria, as we said before. So the souls and angels which exist in the world of Bria have been created. Because the Malchus is what creates, just like the speech is about revealing. So the souls of Bria and the angels of Bria were created through the dwelling of the Shechinah in Malchus of Bria. It came about the souls of Bria. And from there also, from the Malchus of Bria, derives the Talmud that we possess. We possess there's different stages in the Torah revelation. We have the written law, the Torah. Then you have the Mishnah. The Mishnaic sages, they brought out all of the laws, what is permissible, what is not. And after the Mishnaic era came the Talmud, the Talmudic era. What is the Talmud all about? The Talmud is all about reasoning and understanding and questioning. And this is connected with the world of Bria, because the world of Bria is the world of understanding. Commission is Tikunim, as has been previously been explained in the name of the Tikunim. Sheba'olam abriya me'iros u'mashpiyos sham chachmasa yebinas u'nasai v'daitoi shel ein soif baruch hu v'bchinas tzimtzum atzum. It says, we brought earlier from the Tikunim that in the world of Bria, there shines and flow forth the Chachma, Bina, and Das, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge of the Ein Sof of Hashem, in a powerfully contracted manner, in order that the souls and the angels, which are finite beings, and they shall be able to receive influence from these categories of Chabad. So, the souls and angels in the world of Bria are unable to receive the influence from Chabad as it exists in its essential state in Atzilus. Cannot receive this too much. So it's being contracted, and then the souls and the malachim, the angels, are able to receive the intense light after its contraction. And therefore, the Talmud also originates from there, from the world of Beria. Why? Because the Talmud consists of the clearly defined reasons of the halachas. And the reasons, being rational, are from the category of Chabad, the intelligence. And the laws themselves, found in the Mishnah, they derive from the midos, from the emotive attributes of the Ein Sof, namely, Shem Chesed, Din, Rachmim, Chulum. Namely, the kindness, severity, mercy, and so on. These are the emotive attributes of Hashem. And as from these emotive attributes, derives the laws, what is permissible, what is not permissible. Shemehem nimshach ha'heta v'ha'isu v'ha'kosher v'ha'posel v'ha'chiya v'ha'potul, from which originates the permission and prohibitions, ritual validity and invalidity, liability and blamelessness, chiya v'ha'potul. So it says ritual validity and blamelessness originating from the attributes of kindness, ritual invalidity and liability originating from the attribute of severity. As is explained in the Tikkunim. So here the Alter Rebbe goes and explains how the Torah, which is the garment for the Shechinah, allowing the Shechinah to go down from level to level, and in each level they have its Kodesh HaKadoshim, its Holy of Holies. And this Holy of Holies is revealed through the Torah, which, by the way, this also allows that every Jew is also connected with this. There is an interesting statement the Rebbe says in regarding the Holy of Holies in this week's parsha. The Rebbe talks about the Mineged Oyel Moed Yachanu, and the people who were dwelling right in front of Oyel Moed. It brings from the Balaturim that says that in the time of Matan Torah, every Jew was in the Holy of Holies, in a sense. Every Jew was permissible, not only the Kohen Gadol, not only the high priest. And because only after it became only the high priest. We're talking about the spiritual aspect of the Holy of Holies, not literally that every Jew, they didn't have the temple yet. But in the spiritual aspect, the connection of every Jew was directly with the Holy of Holies. And the Rebbe says this is why on Yom Kippur, the Kohen Gadol can act on our behalf and go into the Holy of Holies on our behalf. Because you can only act on someone's behalf if the person that sends you is able to do the same thing. A shaliach, a messenger, can only do what the one who sends them is able to do himself. Otherwise, he cannot serve as a shaliach. And here, how can the Kohen Gadol, the higher priest, enter the Holy of Holies if a regular Jew cannot do it? How can he act on behalf of the regular Jew? He can act on behalf of himself, but how can he act on behalf of the regular Jew? And this, as the Baal HaTurim, is because in the Holy of Holies, originally, it was permissible for every Jew to enter. And that connection that Hashem does with us in the Matan Torah, with the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the Holy of Holies, lasts forever. The essential connection lasts forever. And this is, as we get closer to Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah, we appreciate more the meaning of the receiving of the Torah, the joy of receiving of the Torah. And it's a good point to mention that the Rebbe instructed that every child to come to Ren Shavuos to listen to the Ten Commandments, because the neshama really essentially is connected with the Holy of Holies, with the Torah. So this is the end of today's share. Thank you so much for joining, and please share and subscribe. Hit the like button and the notification, and any questions we can take now.